live from a store that still carries physical copies of PC Gamer. It's Malignant Bear, featuring me, JD Grousmits. Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. If you don't get that reference and why it's important because we're playing a demo, then you're not old enough to be on the internet. Maybe, I don't know. But PC Gamer used to have physical copies. All magazines did, in fact. And sometimes they had demo discs in them. But they had demos of upcoming games, and it was really cool, because the internet wasn't really that big of a deal, and downloading things took forever. And then for a while you could just get demos online. And then for a while, devs stopped doing demos, because it was a great way to figure out that their game was trash before it released. This is an interesting one. So we're playing a demo for Wulong Fallen Dynasty. This game is coming out in a week. And Koei Tecmo had the just absolute stones to put out a demo for this game on PC, which you don't see a whole lot of anymore, especially from big developers. And you definitely don't see a whole lot of when the game is in as rough a shape as this one is. I'm going to preface this by saying I played through the entire demo off stream. It's pretty short. The game is fun, I will give it that. But boy, this game is not ready to launch in a week unless they're holding out on something. I don't know. But for those who aren't aware, Wulong Fallen Dynasty is by Team Ninja, the devs behind Ninja Gaiden and Nioh, and it's basically their take on Sekiro, just like Nioh was their take on Dark Souls, but set in kind of feudal Japan with some more loot going on. This is their take on Sekiro, but instead set in Three Kingdoms China, and still with more loot. So it's a lot more fast-paced than Sekiro was, for sure. But it has some of the same kind of systems, and unfortunately some of the same issues that Sekiro has, or at least that I had with it. So this game is very poorly optimized. We will see how this stream does. I have some concerns, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, see how it plays on the stream, and if not, I'll at least talk about it, because like I said, I played through the entire thing off stream. So for this to work, we're doing a rare other side of the window vtuber model thing there, because there's stuff to see in the bottom right, which is cool. So here we are in the main menu. There's our character from the back. This game has full character creation and customization. It's, I don't think it's quite as in-depth as Nioh 2's was. It's close, not quite as in-depth. I ended up making a female character, because how could you not when drill hair is an option in the game? I'm never not going to turn that down, because it's so goofy. But the character creator is super detailed. Again, not quite as much as Nioh 2's was. You could spend several hours in Nioh 2's. But there's a lot of options. We're going to go ahead and continue, though. We'll jump in. So this demo is only 2 levels, plus a little training area. And this game takes place during the Three Kingdoms period, specifically during the Yellow Turban Rebellion. But of course, just like Nioh, it's set in a historical time period, but demons. Because why not? You play as nameless protagonist, and that's it. You don't have a voice or anything. I mean, you choose your character's voice so that, you can emote when you get hit. That's about it. So for some reason it starts us on the 2nd level. There's us. Gave us the pink cat eyes. And oh, you can't see my hair because I have the helmet on. Is there a way to hide that? Look at that. Look at that drill hair. There's actually options to make individual parts of your hair curly or not, which is crazy. But yeah, I had to have cat eyes. No, that's not what I want. Okay. So, we'll, trying to think of the best way to do this here. Let's teleport to basic training. No, I don't want to do a tutorial. I already did that. Go back to the 1st level. So apparently this is the first 2 levels of the game. so, or something like that. It starts with the Yellow Turbans killing people. As they did. I don't know if this is going to show us the story stuff or not. The cutscenes are like super broken. Okay, good. Alright, so we're here in the game now. Finally, actually, for real. This time with feeling. I will say the game looks pretty good. I don't have it maxed out because it stutters so damn much. There's quite a few people saying that they can't even change the settings on it. As choppy and stuttery as this is going to be on my end, it is significantly worse for a lot of people. Apparently this is the rare game that runs worse on NVIDIA cards, which is just incredible. That hardly ever happens. But it's locked to 60, and it has lots of stuttering within that, which is kind of frustrating. So we're running it at 1440p, and everything is on, like, standard, which I guess is medium. Changing the settings in this is just, it's miserable. I don't know. There's all these, like, really weird things where, like, you pick your settings type and mode, and all these other strange things. There's no just straight, you know, toggles or high, medium, low for things. Oh, it turned motion blur back on. Thanks, because that's totally what I wanted. And we'll turn film grain off, too. Okay, there we go. That might save us some FPS a little bit there. But again, it looks pretty good. I think it's the same graphics engine as Nioh, but just updated a little bit. Sound design's pretty solid in it, too. I'll give it that. But yeah, we'll go in and we'll check out the combat. So again, this is more Sekiro inspired, but it's a lot faster paced than that was. So the emphasis is on you parrying attacks rather than just going wild. So here we have our first guy. Hey. So we can see here, now that the UI is actually shown up, there's a bunch of stuff there in the bottom right. Those are my spells and skills and stuff and the weapons that I have equipped. So right now I have a spear and then dual spears, because why not? Also have some ranged weapons, so I have a bow and some throwing crap. Every weapon has different skills, and then you have your divine beast thing, which is very much like the demon abilities in Nioh 2. Then you have your skills, or your spells as well. There's a whole bunch of those. So in the middle of the screen here, we see our health bar, and then our resolve level, or whatever it's called. That's the one mechanic I don't quite understand. And then under that is our spirit bar. And so spirit can go either positive or negative. And when it's in the positive, you can actually use your abilities and stuff. And they're a little stronger. You can use them anytime, so like I can do my stronger attacks and magic at any point, but you can see it grows the negative spirit. When you get too much negative spirit, you can get stun locked and killed. So parrying attacks gets you positive spirit and allows you to quickly counterattack. Blocking, which you can still do in this, builds negative spirit when you block stuff, as does getting hit. And then, of course, you have health as well. You don't have a whole lot of health. You can dodge, too, and you can see that builds up negative spirit there as well. So instead of souls, you're collecting chi, however you pronounce it. You have a flask to heal. It's over there in the bottom left. You kind of see it. And then that's also where it shows my key, and then my copper, which is the currency for buying crap. So there's two currencies in this. You can jump in this game. In fact, you can double jump. You can also wall climb. It does the Assassin's Creed thing where it covers walls in mysterious viscous white substances to let you know that you can climb them. But there's other ones you can climb and jump up on too. So. Still lock on targets. Enemies have the exact same spirit bar that you do. So you have to kind of figure out what they're doing. Enemies also have the same resolve level that you do as well. So resolve level goes up as you go through the level, as you kill things, and as you progress through the level naturally. Like there's bonfires, which are banners in this one, and there's two different types of them. There's ones that you can rest at, and then there's ones that are just like mini checkpoints. And getting any of those level or increases your resolve. And then you lose resolve when you die, and enemies will gain it then. And you can get it back by killing the enemies that killed you. Just like a Souls game, there is kind of little shortcuts and things like that. And there's all sorts of little side paths and other things in levels, which is kind of cool. It's actually running not too bad on the stream. I'm surprised by that. But because you can go on roofs and stuff, you can find neat things like this. So again, it's parry based. You're trying to counter enemies and things like that. You can backstab people, of course. See, our resolve went up. Alright, we'll get a little bit further and then I'll talk about some of the loot types and the inventory management and stuff, because there's a lot there as well. Enemies have special attacks that you desperately want to parry or you're in trouble. But when you do, you get your own special counterattacks to that. And that's a lot of what you'll be doing in boss fights, is just kind of biding your time until you can get off those dope big parries, I guess. For some reason, loot is right trigger, and it's really weird. Here we have our first bonfire, first battle flag. So again, this is where we'll respawn. We can access all the things here at the bonfire, and you can check how many are in a level there at the top right. So we can level up, and there's only 5 stats in this, or 5 core things that you can level up, rather. And they each do different things, and all of your abilities, your skills, your spells, and your equipment are based on these. So you can get, for example, equipment that is wood-based, and then pump all of your points into wood to make it stronger, which is kind of interesting. I like what they did with that. They obviously impact some core things, so like you can see I put a bunch of points into earth so that I can carry more garbage. But all the different stats that it impacts, so you can only carry 2 weapons at a time, plus ranged weapons. And then you have, your things that impact your spirit, which is basically just stamina. Like we talked about, it can go negative or positive. Your spell duration, stealth, so you can do those dope backstabs. Spirit gain rate. Spirit consumption rate, so you want to have that get lower so that you're not using a ton of it. Equipment rate and all that cool stuff there. Can prep for battle by choosing whatever divine beast you have, so your demon abilities basically. You can customize your battle flag, and there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do with this. I haven't even messed with it yet because it's overwhelming. There is a whole mess of spells, so with each element there is a full tree of different spells in them. So you have some pretty basic ones, summon rock pillars, get a little stronger, enchant your weapons, and these have different requirements in terms of what they cost, so you can't use this unless you have 12 earth and are, resolve level 7 and all that. Some are better than others, of course, but it means that you cannot do a pure spellcaster build because you have to get that resolve up. So you still have to get good at the regular combat, and then these are just meant to supplement that. Basically, the idea is you're going to go through an entire level, get your resolve up, and then once you get to the boss, these can help supplement you getting your ass kicked by the boss. You can only have a couple equipped at a time. Buy and sell things. There's not a whole lot of options here. You can travel to other places. Reinforcements, you can summon up historic figures from Chinese history. That'll help you out. You can get add-on items. The game does the Nioh thing where it's always online. So, like in Dark Souls, you can see like kind of the ghosts of other players and all that stuff. Nioh was not like that. Instead, you would see other players kind of around in terms of you can see where they died, and then you can either in Nioh you could fight their ghost to get their gear. I haven't seen that in this yet, but instead they do the reverse where you can fight the things that killed other people, and then you can get rewards from that, which is kind of neat. And I don't think it's turned on for the first level. But there's photography mode, of course. You can see all the lore bits if you want to. There's titles, just like Nioh had. See all your stats. All in nice one nice place there. These just ridiculous tiny percentages of things. Full inventory, but yeah, we'll actually look at equipment now. So there's a ton of different weapon types, and all of them are very different in terms of how they play and the different special effects that they have. So every weapon, or every item in the game rather, has a star rating, and the number of stars determines the number of secondary special effects that it has. So underneath there where it says special effect, if you can see the cursor, it's like these are the actual abilities that it'll use, the special abilities, and then these are the kind of passives that it has. So something with 4 stars will have 4 passives, and I assume that there's a higher level then to get that 5th one. But yeah, swords, and also swords. So you can see 2-star versus 3-star. Once you get up into 3 and 4 stars, they do have 2 special attacks as well. But they all have the same stats. So like every iron sword is always going to have this base attack power, and those bonuses, and those spirit stats as well. So instead of looking for, oh, I need the iron sword that has, slightly higher attack or whatever, you're going to be looking for the iron sword that has the special effects that you want. You can upgrade your gear later on too. You have other types of swords. Glaives, I'm using one because it's pretty good. Halberds. Staves. Hammers. And this one we can see is a set item. So the yellow heaven must rise. It's from the boss of this level. We'll fight him in a bit. Pole axes, spears, slashing spears, dual swords, dual sabers, dual halberds. That's what we have equipped right now. And then a little bit of everything. Then we have, standard gear as well. You can't use a whole lot of gear in this. It's a much more kind of simplistic RPG system than Nioh had, but still significantly more than Sekiro, which I kind of like. But just 4 pieces of armor. And again, same thing, star ratings on them. Only 2 accessories at any given time. These aren't super interesting. Again, just kind of small percentages of things that it gives you. And then we can see the divine beast that I have. And there's the nice little movies for things as well, and those play during when you're going through the level for the first time, so you can see the tutorial. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's get a little further through this level. Switch our weapon out here. So again, different moves, different abilities, different reasons to use different weapons. This is something that you always want to be thinking about. So here we have our first little marking flag. Some more loot. Side area here. has a mini boss in it. Yeah, we'll fight him with these weapons. Why not? It's a tiger because, of course. Oop. Ooh. Brutal. So yeah, you still have to parry wild animals at a crushing defeat. So you can see our resolve level went down and his went up. So he's now going to be stronger. Our level can only go down. You can see in the top right there's kind of a little mini-map. And then, like I said, you can see how many flags are in the level, but you can also see the minimum resolve level. So we cannot go down below 3. Which is nice because it kind of encourages you to fully explore levels and get everything before tackling a boss. Because then that way the boss cannot get you down too low. Otherwise you could get into a situation where a boss is, you know, getting dozens of resolve levels on you or something, but instead there's a hard limit to it. And we want to try to sneak up, see if we can't get some specials there. Ooh. It was the frame rate. You saw it, it stuttered. Once you're in the game, there's no loading screens and levels or anything like that, which is nice. But yeah, there's definitely some frame stuttering, which is super frustrating for a game that is locked to 60. Change it up. We'll try some other weapons here too. So we'll do that, and then also dual swords, so we can see how those are a little different than even the dual blades were. So one really frustrating thing that this game does, and there is no way to change this, is that dodge and parry are on the exact same button. And you don't want to dodge some attacks, like you want to parry them instead. And it's just a baffling design decision. And I think that more than anything will probably turn people off this game. Because they can fix the, presumably you can fix the stuttering and things, but that's like a core thing in the game. And it's very odd. There we go. Ah, crap. So yeah, you... sometimes you don't want to dodge, but you're going to end up dodging because it's the same button as parry. Ooh, he saw me the last second. Wasn't quick enough though. An interesting thing is that when you die, you only lose half of the chi you have, or ki, or whatever it is. And then you get it back whenever you kill the thing that killed you. So it's not as punishing as dying in these games can be. Oh, I didn't realize he had one more attack in that combo. Might be worth it to come back to him. But obviously we can see that there's, you know, different weapon types, and like the hammer is very strong. It does just a boatload of damage, but it's super slow. But the tiger boss there, or the tiger mini boss rather, is kind of a good example of, I said this game has some of the same issues that Sekiro did, which is this combat works really well against human enemies because you're parrying attacks that kind of make sense, and then it completely falls apart against monsters, which was an issue I had with Sekiro. Sekiro is a really good game, and it does a lot of really good things, but the core of the combat kind of breaks on non-human enemies, and there's a ton of them, especially later in the game. And it just felt a little silly. And I think this game does that as well. It handles it a little bit better. The tiger is a terrible boss, but the mini-bosses and things in the second level are significantly better, even for being non-human. So now we can see we have a different fortitude rank, and we'll go back to that guy eventually. I think this game does a better job at kind of fodder enemies like this than Sekiro did as well. Sekiro got very tedious because it didn't have as many of kind of the RPG mechanics, so you never got all that much stronger, and it meant that you were always having to devote your full attention even to fodder enemies like these. But in this, you're just chewing through them, and the game fully expects you to do that. You don't have to, you know, sit there and do all of the parrying and all the pomp and circumstance for just random enemies. So different attacks have different, or different weapons have the different specials there, like we saw. Different paths through different areas, which is nice. Get our bow out. And headshot people. I keep wanting to hit Y to pick things up, and that's wrong. So, I know we just need one more flag, and it's right up here, just past this guy. Come on, buddy. So again, it makes a little bit more sense parrying human enemies like that than it does a tiger, a literal tiger. Alright, so now we have all of our battle flags, which is good. No shortcut back there, though. So we have to go all the way back so we can fight that tiger again. Can run, thank goodness. Doesn't seem to be fall damage, which I like. Because otherwise I would take a whole bunch of fall damage. Go up there. We're actually going to go back here and rest, so that this is where we'll respawn if we die to the tiger again, because we'll probably die to the tiger again. So, okay, it takes a lot more than that to level up. Try some other weapons, though. We've got enough of them, that's for sure. Let's go with that. Two different types of swords that are pretty much identical. I don't know why they've bothered to make the distinction between these. It seemed a little silly to me. But they even look kind of similar. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments. It's interesting that the double jump, you actually lose air. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game before. Alright. This time. No, crap. Ooh, no, now we're on fire. He's on fire too, though. Haha. Ooh, we're dead. Yeah, I got stuck on that tree. So yeah, when you run out of spirit there, you're just dead meat. Which makes it all the more punishing when you accidentally dodge instead of parrying, because dodging takes a ton of spirit and doesn't actually get you anything. I think that's my biggest complaint with this gameplay-wise. Alright, let's try the other sword. The one that looks... wait. Okay, it has a different edge. Maybe this one's better at killing tigers. Ugh, damn it. Haha, you're on fire. I didn't even have to kill you. The fire did. Good. Both those swords seem identical, though. I don't know what the difference is there. Secrets. That had pants in it. Sometimes there's the NPCs cowering in levels. You can't talk to them or anything. They're just there, cowering, as you do. Alright, what other weapons do we have? Yet another type of sword. Polearms seem very strong. I don't think I've used staff yet at all. Let's try that. Cool. Oh, he didn't even... He somehow missed that. Ooh, straight through with a blunt weapon. That's... wow. Yeah. I don't know, staff seems okay. 5,000 to level up. Enemies do not drop a whole lot. We can see it's, what is that, less than 100 per kill here. So it's not as kind of farming focused as sometimes Souls games can be. Alright. Let's see here. Look at him. So confident. He thought he saw me for a second. Ooh. Whoa. Hit some kind of special attack there. I don't know what that was. Alright, we'll switch off the staff though. I'm whelmed by it. Yeah, that should be fine for this boss. Oop. Okay. We were down there, that's where we fought the tiger. And oh, what a twist, it's the where you fight the first boss in Sekiro as well. The field with some flowers. They really went for it.
I'll crush you like the vermin you are.
Oop.
That's what you get.
Don't get penisy, kid. What a shock, there's a phase 2. Do our special thing. I don't know what it does. I've never used it before. Yeah, we're out of Oof. Okay. I was gonna say we're out of healing stuff. Whenever you finish levels, they just kind of end very unceremoniously. Although it lets you challenge again immediately, which is good for farming items, I think. Which is kind of cool. So now I'll kick us to the second level. But yeah, you can see it's the parrying system, the combat system, it works pretty well for human enemies. Once they start getting a little more monstrous, it feels a little weird. You know, I somehow parried his whole arm, just his giant ass arm. Or, you know, parried a tiger. It sort of worked. So we are here, the second level now. Oh, we got enough spirits or whatever. Got enough souls. They're souls. Everybody's gonna call them souls. So got new gear. Anytime you get new crap, it tells you. A lot of crap. General of Man armor. Okay. Let's see. What was I using before? Seems pretty good. I don't know what the set bonus would be, because we have 2 pieces of this now. How do I... No, I don't. You can only lock items when you're in the shop, which is weird. Like, I would want to lock it so that I don't accidentally sell that. And the only time that you can do that is when you're about to sell that. Okay. So there's a lot of different modifiers for gear. Like, you know, oh, you take less damage just from straight sabers. Like, oh, that's real good. I can understand the elemental ones, but that's a little obscure. So yeah, you can register things as favorites and lock them. Don't need those. Banded garb. Footwear. Additional features. Yeah, we'll turn that on. Okay. I'm going to try to only have one of everything. Your progress in the demo carries over to the full game. Still not totally sure if I'm going to get the full game or not, but just in case, I want as much crap as I can. But yeah, I was really looking forward to this, and it is fun. The combat is very fluid and satisfying once you figure it out. But the performance issues have me more than a little concerned. Don't need those. Keep one of everything. Hammer damage. And get rid of that. Accessories. Gotta accessorize. One's water damage and spirit something or another. Sell this one. All this other junk here too. I haven't used any of these. Alright, let's go down here now. Wonder if it'll give me the story stuff in this mission. It also has the Sekiro problem where combat sort of falls apart when you're fighting multiple things because you can't parry multiple things at once. Okay, so we do get the story stuff.
Lead the forces of General Gongsun. My name is Zhao Yun.
Although it didn't play the
The
cutscene.
Yellow Turbans have control of Mount Dongshan. We're getting short of confidence, but surely it would be reassuring to have an ally on the side.
So again, it's doing the Nioh thing where it's like, hey, here's these actual famous people from history, but what if you fought demons too? Of course, because it's Koei Tecmo and they do Dynasty Warriors, some of these people might be familiar. So here's the mechanic where we can see that other players, in this case, this is an NPC, died fighting this bandit. So you have the option where you can offer the other player one of your healing items to help them out. You get some stuff for that. But then you can also kill the thing that killed them. Ooh, maybe. So you see it, avenge the soldier. Later on, there's going to be some mini-bosses, and there was one that I killed it, and the avenged message popped up, and I avenged like 12 people at once, because he was just surrounded by dead bodies. And I got a whole bunch of crap for that. Let's see. He's moving around too much. Ooh. Enemies can jump too, because of course they can. So our NPC buddy can help us out here. We didn't actually need to kill those guys. We could have gone, where is it? This way. And avoided it entirely. Very oblivious NPCs. Again, though, you want to kill everything so you can get as many resolve levels as possible. As far as I can tell, getting more resolve levels just kind of generally makes things slightly easier. I do like that discovering flags automatically fills your crap and saves the game, so you don't have to rest at them and respawn enemies. Like, these guys are still dead.
Our scouts went to reconnoiter the enemy, but have not returned. I came to rescue them, but have no clues as to their whereabouts.
Right, so we want to go in here. First, this is where you first get the bow.
They were so starved they couldn't possibly have fought back.
I have the sound in-game maxed, and it's still very quiet. NPCs can follow you and jump as well, which is cool. I do like that. Levels are fairly short for the most part, especially once you actually get good and figure out what you're doing. Like, obviously in that first level I spent a lot of time just talking and then dying to that tiger. But if you had killed it instantly, that's like a 5-minute level. Or if you just skipped it, gone straight to the boss. I am curious to see if it's going to do the Nioh thing where you will end up playing through the same level multiple times, just with like slight variations. That was something I really liked about that game, is it knew it had a really good level design, and it would just like remix the levels slightly. So there was like a ton of levels in the game just to begin with, and then a lot of them, or then on top of that, there was like the remixed versions. And I thought that was a really good use of time and resources on their part. Although these levels are so short, I have to wonder if they'd be able to do that. Alright. I know there's more stuff on top of this building. Can't remember how to get up there, though. Is it? Oh well, we'll figure it out. Must be from over there. See, the whole bunch of people have died to that, which we will get to later. Oof. Savage. Nothing in that. Some stuff over there, and some stuff over there. Avenge some random guy. I got some whatevers for it. It's like fame or something, I think. There's some systems in the game that aren't really explained in the demo because you're not going to get to fully interact with them. But from what I can tell, there's like a lot of stuff in the game, and it's a lot of this. It's like kind of similar things that Nioh had. Which means you'll have reason to keep playing and just trying out different things. There we go. Okay. So one of these houses has like 6 guys in it. Some pants. Again. Lots of pants in this game. It's good. Oh, I hear a dog. Where is it? It's right there. Go up. Go up here. That's the house that has all those guys in it. Okay. So apparently for some weird reason, this game it's also coming out on Game Pass, which if I get it, that might be how I get it, because then it'll be free. Oh, I have a deeper bond with him, thank goodness. But for some reason, the version that's on the version of this demo rather that's on the Games for Windows Live or whatever it's called, has like more options. It is locked to 120 FPS instead of 60. I'm not sure why, but yeah. I'm curious to see if they will, you know, fix that with the Steam version, or if there's going to be just some problems with that because of some deal that they have with Microsoft. I got accolades, that's what it is. Forgot what it was called. Oh, did you kill the other guy? No? Okay. Good job. That's right, there's no pants in that house. Only some houses have pants in them. Is there secrets there? Game's definitely not as colorful as Nioh was. Nioh had lots of very vibrant neon colors.
Wait, I had hope.
Sometimes you can run into NPCs like that. They don't have much to say, though. Basically, everybody's dying. That's the story. Everybody's dying. You're not, though. You're good. And even if you do die, it doesn't matter. Just come back.
We must take down their leader to gain control of the situation. Let us go together, my ally.
Oh. I knew I was dead as soon as he whiffed out of my special attack there. Okay, so we spawn all the way back here. Means someone might avenge me, who knows? Ow. Let's try this again. There we go. So in a partial attempt to alleviate the awkwardness of fighting multiple things, there is a system where enemies that like spawn together have, what is it? It's like linked spirit, they called it. I didn't fully understand it, but basically if you just focus on and wreck one guy, the other ones will get slightly weaker.
This will deal a sharp blow to the enemy's morale.
And it sort of works. But just in general, if you're fighting more than like 2 guys at a time, it can get unmanageable quickly. There's a limit on how many arrows and ranged weapons you can carry. Again, because they're just supposed to kind of supplement, just like the magic. They don't want you doing full archer builds. Alright. Obvious trap is obvious. Okay. I feel like I missed something back here. Maybe not. So I was hoping that because I played through the entire thing before, that it would have, like, cached the shaders, and then I wouldn't have all this stuttering.
We'll need to be careful.
No. Psst. Way to go, loser. Enemies can... they have traps and things. As you do. Alright. Still need a couple more of those. What did you die to? Demonized officer. Oh, he's up there.
I grow increasingly concerned for our scouts. This is a race against time. We must hurry.
I'm sure everybody's probably already dead. I wouldn't worry about it too much, dude. I have a shortcut back to the beginning of the level. That'll be super useful. Okay, so there's a boss up there. There's another one over here.
This is a fearsome enemy.
As you can see, this boss was quite effective. All those purple things are people that it killed. Of course, our stalwart companion is like, we shouldn't even attempt this. Alright. Now we're going to fight the big guy. So if we can kill this guy, we're going to avenge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about a dozen people. What?
Might pose a threat.
Oop. That was a good time for it to lag. Now all those things are gone. You can turn off having the companions as well. You can choose to summon them or not. It forces him on you in this level, but there's an option to turn him off at the bonfires here. But we can level up. You've earned one wizardry spell. Lightning. Lightning. Let's do this one. Even though we can't actually use it, we don't have 12 wood skills. Be a lot cooler if we did. I assume you'll just be able to get everything at some point, but I don't know if there's a respec system or not. Rocks. More rocks. Trying to navigate this, they were smart enough to give you this little fake cursor thing, because trying to do this with just the D-pad is awful. It doesn't go where you think it should. We'll do absorb damage. Yeah, let's get towards that. Obviously, metal magic, water. Okay. Of course, we're not going to use any of our spells other than when we use ice on that guy, just to draw him out. This magic's for losers. If you want to, do that? Play that Harry Potter game. Yeah, where'd he go? Come on, get over here. Ugh. I couldn't tell who he was attacking. Damn it. See, it can be helpful to have companions because, you know, they can do some stuff on their own. But they're also a little frustrating because, you know, he was standing also directly in front of the boss. So I didn't know who the boss was actually attacking. Yep. Where did I even go? Die. So we get a giant monkey as a boss, just like Sekiro did. There would have been a cutscene there.
Expected demons to be among them. This could become even more difficult. Nonetheless, we will not back down.
Did you miss all the other demons prior to this, my man? There was a lot of them. Should have been there. Alright, rest. Level up again. Start putting points in other stuff, maybe? Carry a lot of things now. Start doing... Get our wood skills up, you know. Sell some of this garbage that we have. We got a spear now. Okay. Those aren't new. I'm using them right now. Which bow is slightly better? I guess that gives us more copper. Because it's so hard to come by. Store HP. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Who cares? Oh, you can sell multiple things. Okay. I didn't see that before. We got that too. Okay. Oh, you can store things. Interesting. Okay. I don't know how we get those back, but...
My spear can help bring peace to the land. I will wield it with all my might.
Good talk.
Ho-ho! I don't believe you're from around here, are you? Well, it's a world of chaos out there these days, wherever you go. Without a weapon, you... Sorry, I'm out here. Have a look at my work.
Get a blacksmith. Some of these other features we don't have. She sells some things. Again, so we can see all the different weapon types. But the more important thing is we can upgrade our crap. And it's a big upgrade, too. So one of the things that I like most about this compared to Sekiro is that you have more of these RPG options. So even if you're not quite as good at the parrying mechanic, you can kind of cheese things a little bit and focus on some of this other stuff. So you can, you know, upgrade your gear and it'll get a lot stronger to kind of carry you through. Whereas in Sekiro, a lot of times, the only thing you were doing was parrying. Like, your chip damage from regular attacks was so insignificant it didn't matter. But in this, it's like, okay, you can kind of ease down a boss with your basic attacks, and then just parry when it's really important. Which is a good change. Oh, it takes rank 2 steel then. We don't have any of that. I feel like we should upgrade these things since they're yellow and special. But keep as is for now.
The county office, fallen to ruin, now serves the Yellow Turbans as a base. Here's the state of our empire with uncanny accuracy.
Alright. Whoa! So even fodder enemies sometimes can get the jump on you, and everything does a lot of damage, obviously. So. No, hey, we're on the other side of where we fought that boss. Secrets. So you can get really aggressive and just use your power attacks at any point, but then it'll cost you spirit. So it's nice for taking down fodder enemies, but you can get kind of caught with it on bigger stuff, whereas using your light attacks gains you positive spirit. And whenever you parry, successfully parry I should say, one of the big red attacks from an enemy, in addition to getting you a ton of spirit and getting them negative spirit, it also lowers the cap on their negative spirit, if that makes sense. So it takes less for them to be stun locked, So you definitely want to try to block those attacks, or parry those attacks, rather than just dodge them. Okay. Nope. Whiffed on the headshot. Oh, there's a lot of guys here. Including another boss. Nice. I avenged the guy. I got those sick accolades. And some pants. A lot of pants in Three Kingdoms China, apparently. Who knew? To replay Dynasty Warriors, I don't remember that part of it. It was all about the pants. By replay Dynasty Warriors, I mean all of them. All 6,000 of them. I want to make sure I don't miss any of that. Wish they'd make a new one that wasn't terrible. It's been a while. They keep changing them for the worse. And they still look like PS2 games, which is the best part. Just full of bloated systems and... yeah. Now you attack him? Really? You're the best AI companion ever. I keep getting bolts, but no crossbow yet. Avenge another whole bunch of guys. Oh, it's fortitude, not resolve. They're basically the same word. But I think that's an interesting system. I don't know if there is a way to fight the ghosts of other players. I did always really like that in Nioh. That was such a unique system and a cool way to farm items. Never been up here.
An excellent find.
A hat.
Be sure to put it to use. Something valuable.
Okay. That's the same armor that I have right now. You blocking me in here, bro? I don't know if your AI companions can die. I have not seen them ever even get close to it. So they're not very strong, but they don't seem to be able to die, which is a nice thing. Really? Your arms don't look right. Solves that. Oh, this is where all those other guys came from. This is where the secrets are. Right, so now for this.
This one might pose us some trouble.
Yeah. Damn. Dropped a lot of stuff.
I have never felt better. The enemy shall taste my full force.
Cool. Titles. Receive the following items after increasing your fame points. Amity Wine Cup. I don't know what that is. But okay. Chivalrous Demonized Fanatic Slayer. Get a better title than that, come on. Expert of Saber, Expert of Polearm. Expert of... Oh, I need to kill 4 more guys with dual weapons. Expert of Fatal Strike. Master of Deflection. That's me. Master of Part Destruction. Okay, yeah. Spirit Crusher. I don't know what the point of this is. I guess it gave me something. Your relationship with a warrior will improve if you give them this after you've sworn an oath. I don't know what that means. Give these to a certain person to receive a corresponding reward. Like what? Okay. Hey, how much does it take to level up now? It doesn't tell me. So I need 800. Right, I have a whole bunch of these things. I have a ton of these. Just enough. Level up our wood again. Then sell some garbage. Why do I want to sell favorites? What is that? Alright, let's see here. Very riveting inventory management.
Danger. Well, the lives of our people are threatened.
I don't know which one of these skills I want. I like the little picture for Sudden Tornado. That looks pretty cool. Just keep them both, because it doesn't really matter. I'm not overly concerned with any of that stuff. Or that, or that. Keep getting those. Sell. A whole bunch of accessories now, too. And they're all not very good. Alright, let's go.
Do you feel your pulse quickening? You will soon see why. Just make sure that you...
I'm always ready. Giant enemy boar.
It charges at us wildly. We know it. Use that to our advantage.
Can chain attacks together pretty well. Which is cool. It actually lost a resolve level there. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Ooh. I've done a little better with that one. Ow. Oh. Thought I dodged that. I guess not. Uh-oh. Got a resolve level back. Ooh. I thought I had that. So we can do our thing. Got him.
With this victory, we move a step closer to peace.
Again, there was some cutscene here when I did this the first time. Because it's a Team Ninja game, the female NPC you meet here has the most ridiculous jiggle physics. Like, just an embarrassing amount. Because, of course. Thanks, Koei Tecmo. But yeah, that's all the content for the demo. Just kind of unceremoniously throws you back here. This game is really fun. The combat is super satisfying. It clicks very easily, I think. And I like that it expands upon the combat in Sekiro. It feels more satisfying than that. There's more options for you. And I think it's a little easier, too, because of that, which is good. Sekiro is a brick wall to get into, especially later in the game when it starts making less and less sense. But yeah, gameplay-wise, I think this is solid, other than the biggest complaint is dodge and parry being on the same button. But I am more than a little concerned about the optimization. I'm hoping, I mean, that is something they should be able to fix, but given that this is only coming out in a week, it might be best to wait for full reviews on that aspect of it. But gameplay-wise, solid. And of course, the demo's free. If you're interested in this, you want to check it out. Demo's out on, I assume, Xbox, PS5, and PC. This is not getting a previous gen release. Still not sure if I'm going to get it or not. It's right up my alley for sure, but I wish Koei Tecmo would make some better PC ports. I wish everybody would, but especially Japanese devs. It's frustrating to see them make games that I really want to play and are very fun, but then are just technical nightmares. So, anyway, short stream. We saw everything there is to see in the demo. This is Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Again, I certainly enjoyed it. We'll see about the technical issues, though. That has me worried. But anyway, whether you're here live or you watch this VOD later on down the road, I hope you enjoyed it too. And until next time, have a good one.